Hey savvy people, it's Savvy Nick here, and today we're going to use a powerful Windows tool to see all your device or hardware information. We'll start by first going down to the Start menu and searching for a command prompt. Just type in CMD and you can start your command prompt. This tool can be used through either command prompt or PowerShell, whichever one you are more comfortable with. I'm actually going to launch my Windows terminal by typing term in and selecting Windows terminal and starting up a new command prompt. So this is just like running CMD, and we'll begin by using the tool right away. If we type WMIC, that's the tool we'll be using today, which stands for Windows Management Instrumentation Command Line. It's a utility that allows you to see all sorts of information about your system and goes very in depth about that information. You should at least know about it, so that's why I'm introducing it here today. So for our first example, we'll check out what CPU is on this computer and what kind of information we can get out of it. So after a space, I'll type in CPU and then list space brief. This will give me just a brief overview about the CPU on this computer. And here we see that there's one CPU. It's an AMD 64-bit processor, the family 23, model 113, and a whole bunch of information about it. So it's an AMD Ryzen 7 3700X 8-core processor. So this is just a brief list. If we wanted an even larger list, we'll type the same commands in, but replace the brief with full. And now we get even a better list, in my opinion, with everything and anything that you could want to know about your current processor, including cache size, the max clock speed, the name, description, current voltage, all sorts of information that you would like to view about your processor. But what's really awesome about this is because I'm running it through a command line, it's very simple to use this on remote PCs. Imagine just coming in with a terminal on a remote PC that uses Windows and being able to tell exactly what kind of specific information you can find about the components on that computer. We'll clear this up and move on to our next command. Also, if you're new and stopping by, make sure to subscribe below and hit that notification bell for more operating system and programming videos. All right, the next one I will be using is, again, we use the WMIC utility. We'll put a space. Let's look at our BIOS, which sometimes can be hard to find information about, but if we use WMIC space BIOS, space will do the exact same thing as we did before, list, and then we can either use the brief or the full version. I like the full list version, so I'm just going to use that one. So I have a WMIC BIOS list full, and if I press enter, I get a bunch of information about my BIOS and even the manufacturer, which is American Megatrends. You might not be as interested in the BIOS, so I'll clear things out and check out the memory on this computer. So this is another great way to check out the memory, the clock speed of the memory, and various different aspects of the memory. But before we do that, if you want your terminal to look like mine here, using the PowerShell or the command line, I'll put a link in the description below so you can check out how to make it just like this. The next one is WMIC space memory chip space. We'll do list again and type in full, and that gives us all the information about memory. So since I have two different memory modules, I have one in bank 1 and one in bank 3. It tells you the capacity and even the slot that it's currently located in. The first one is located in the DIMM A2 slot. It is of a form factor 8 coming from the manufacturer G-Skill. It even gives you a part number and various other information that can help you realize very specific information about your memory. So for example, the speed here is 3200 megahertz. And if you have mismatching memory, of course, it will show up in here as well. But mine is matching, so not much difference in the second slot that I'm using. But we'll move on to checking out the disk drive now. And if you went ahead and made it this far, please smash that like button for me. It really does help me out. If we type WMIC space disk drive, and we do list again. I'll use full. Of course, you can use brief if you want. Now I have information all about the different disks that I have in my computer. I have quite a few, so I won't go through them all, but just taking a look at the very first one tells us the model and a whole bunch of other information that we may or may not care about, but nonetheless, it's very specific, even giving you the total cylinders, heads, sectors, tracks, and tracks per cylinder at the end. The size is given here too, so it's a 128 gig hard drive, and makes it very easy for you to not have to get into your computer to look for a model, but instead just print it out into the command line. If we continue on, let's check out the motherboard now. If we do WMIC space baseboard space list space full, this will give us information about our motherboard. So let's check this out. Very good, plenty of information here. It's a Tough Gaming X570 Plus with Wi-Fi included from Asus, and we get a bunch of information about our motherboard here. We'll move right along to getting information about our GPU or our graphics card. This one's a little different. WMIC, we'll type in path and then space Win32 video controller. This will get you information about your specific graphics card or GPU that you have in your computer. And finally, the last one is if we do WMIC OS list and then we do full or brief, this will get you information about your current operating system, your username, as well as the current update of the operating system here. But we just explored trying to find hardware information here about our computer. There is a lot that WMIC can do. It is even a shell on its own. If I type in WMIC, now I'm in the WMIC shell, and I can interact with the shell. If I do / question mark, there's a whole bunch of information with various different switches. We can change passwords, change privileges, record and read out logs, and do a whole bunch more here with WMIC. It's a powerful tool. Now it is an older utility, but it's still usable here in Windows 10. I really enjoy using it because it gives me so much specific information about the system, and I figured I'd share this with you. And if you didn't know about this, make sure to smash that like button for me, and I'll just get out of here by pressing escape. And if I want to exit, I can just type in exit to get out of the shell. Make sure to explore the various different commands and switches available in WMIC. It is a very powerful utility, like I said. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please make sure to post them in the comments section below. Also, make sure to subscribe below and hit that notification bell for more videos, as well as like the video. Catch me in a great community on Discord, and I'll catch you in another video. Thanks for watching.